So in continuation with module 2, wherein first we learned properties of systems, then convolution sum, and last part of this module 2 is convolution integral. Similar to convolution sum, which is applied for discrete time systems, convolution integral is applied for continuous time systems. The derivation holds good for convolution integral also. The derivation which we have derived, okay, for convolution sum holds good for convolution integral also, wherein a LTI system with output y of t, input x of t, impulse response h of n can now be represented as y of t equal to, okay, we are trying to represent the relation between input and output through convolution integral. So y of t is x of t convolution with h of t, wherein we wrote in discrete time systems as y of n is equal to x of n convolution with h of n. This integral now can be written as integration of tau equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, okay, x of tau h of t minus tau, which is y of t equal to. For discrete time systems, y of n was equal to summation k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. This was y of n. Summation k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, x of k, h of n minus k. Here it was n, so it was n minus k. This k, and here it was k, x of k, and the limit was from k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Since it is continuous time system, summation changes to integration. Integral of tau equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, x of tau h of t minus tau. So now we are going to use this equation for every example which we are going to solve. We'll try to solve one example of this kind. Find the convolution integral of x of t is equal to u of t plus 1 and h of t is equal to u of t minus 2. So how do we solve this? Our basic equation we have to write first. Y of t equal to tau equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, x of tau h of t minus tau d tau. Here also going to write d tau, integral with respect to tau, right? So tau equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. They have given in the question x of t, but in the equation what you want? X of tau. So simply replace this t by tau. So replace t by tau in x of t. What it becomes? U of tau plus 1, which is u of tau plus 1. Similarly, I want h of t minus tau. I have t, but here I need t minus tau. Replace t by t minus tau in h of t, which becomes u of t minus tau minus 2, okay, which can also be written as tau equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, u of tau plus 1, here it is d tau, u of tau plus 1, u of minus tau plus t minus 2 d tau, which we wrote in the previous case as h of n minus k, okay, minus k plus n whatever you had, right? So the same thing we are trying to write in terms of continuous time system. Okay, so now we are trying to know what is y of t when you convolute u of t plus 1 and u of minus tau plus t minus 2. So first we will try to draw this u of t tau plus 1. U of tau means, okay, it is a unit step function shifted by 1 towards left side. It is tau plus 1, right? So since it is continuous time system, I need to represent in terms of samples. It is a continuous time system. So time axis tau, right? Since it is u of tau plus 1, if it is simply u of tau, it would have started at 0, but it is u of tau plus 1 which gets shifted towards left. And continuous time system, this is 1, 2, 3, here minus 2, minus 3 with an amplitude 1. This is your u of tau plus 1. Okay, it was, if it was u of tau, it would have started at 0. Okay, start at 0 and towards right side, but it is u of tau plus 1. So since it is tau plus 1, so it is shifted towards left. Okay, now u of tau plus 1, u of minus tau, u of minus tau, right? U of minus tau means reflected version of u of tau, starts at 0 but extends towards left side, shifted by what? U of minus tau shifted by t minus 2. So somewhere I will try to represent t minus 2. Okay, this is my x-axis, u of tau. I am trying to represent u of minus tau. Okay, minus tau shifted by t minus 2. Okay, so if it is 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, okay, u of minus tau will start at 0 and extend towards left side, reflected version of u of tau. But since it is shifted by t minus 2, somewhere I have to tell that. Okay, so here I will tell that, so I will consider this as t minus 2. Okay, with an amplitude 1. So now you might be wondering, why did I take the signal after 0? Why not before 0? You can take it, no issues. Okay, I am assuming that this t minus 2 value, u of minus tau, which is shifted by t minus 2, it is somewhere having a positive value. It is my assumption, so that it will be clear for me to understand when I try to shift this signal towards left side of minus 1, this minus 1, and towards right side. Okay, this t minus 2, u of minus tau shifted by t minus 2 can be drawn somewhere at minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on, or at 0 also, or at 1 also, anywhere. Okay, for my understanding I wrote it as towards positive side and telling that this value is positive, t minus 2 is positive. Now what you need to do, you have to check what is your y of t. Okay, what is y of t when this signal, okay, this complete signal is shifted towards left side, which is less than this minus 1. Why minus 1? Because my signal, one signal is starting at minus 1 and extending towards positive side. Okay, another signal is starting at t minus 2 and extending towards left side. If, for example, this is one train, this is another train, if both trains are going in the opposite direction, they will never meet. And in this case, we want to know where do they meet. Okay, so one signal we have to keep it constant, another signal you have to shift it. Okay, previously as I told, what is basically you are trying to do is, you are basically trying to multiply two signals, right? So when multiplying, since these are infinite signals, as I told previously also, multiplying two infinite signals takes a large computation time, and you know that it is not possible also, and hence we are trying to have a general equation wherein I can find the values of y of 2 when x of tau and h of t minus tau have some values. Where do they exist? That I am trying to solve. Now you can assume that this t minus 2, when I completely pull it, this signal, if I completely pull towards left side, something like this, okay, there will be no signal for this to get multiplied with this, okay, where I'll put the condition as completely pulling towards left side is t minus 2. This t minus 2 is less than minus 1. Means now this complete signal is somewhere like this. I'll try to draw that, okay. And similarly, one more condition. What other condition you can have? Y of t. What is your y of t when t minus 2 greater than or equal to minus 1? This signal is somewhere lying here or here. What I have drawn exactly this figure. T minus 2 greater than minus 1. So what is the overlapping region? You can check it. Minus 1 and this. Okay. So this will be your overlapping region, which I will draw it. Okay. In next case. So first condition is t minus 2 less than minus 1. Okay, so I'll try to draw u of tau plus 1 as it is. With an amplitude 1. This is your u of tau plus 1. Okay. Now you are told that your u of minus tau is shifted towards left side, and what is that shifted value? It is less than minus 1. You cannot draw at minus 1 also or greater than minus 1. You have to draw somewhere which is less than minus 1. So I'll try to draw at this point. Okay, and show it to, it is extending towards, you have to show it extending towards left side. This is your x-axis tau. This is your t minus 2. Somewhere you have here minus 1, here you have 0, here you have 1, here you have 2 with an amplitude 1. What is this signal? U of minus tau plus you have shifted by t minus 2. U of minus tau, reflected version of u of tau, plus shifted by t minus 2, and you have put a condition that, okay, what is your condition? It is t minus 2 less than minus 1, which are drawn, t minus 2 less than minus 1. Now what is the overlapping region? When you try to multiply from minus 1 to 0, 1, 2, if you try to multiply, I don't have any signal from minus 1 to 0, 1 here, somewhere here. No signal exists here. And 1 into 0, because no signal exists, and hence I can tell it is 0. So it is 0. And less than minus 1. Okay, less than minus 1, I don't have any signal for this x of tau, but h of t minus tau, I have complete signal from starting from t minus 2. When you multiply that, so 0 into this, again it is 0, and hence you can write now y of t is equal to 0 for t minus 2 less than minus 1. Right? Is it clear? Next condition, y of t. What is y of t when t minus 2 greater than or equal to minus 1, which I will try to show here. Again try to draw. So it is minus 1. Okay, same signal 0, 1, 2, which you told it as u of tau plus 1 with an amplitude 1 extending towards positive side, u of tau, right? Similarly, now you have to draw u of minus tau plus t minus 2. The condition is that, okay, what is your condition now? T minus 2, okay, t minus 2 greater than or equal to minus 1. Somewhere at 0, at 1, or somewhere which is greater than or equal to minus 1. So I'll try to draw here. And what is that signal? It is extending towards left side, and hence you have to draw this signal with an amplitude 1. What is this signal? As I told, it is u of minus tau plus t minus 2. Okay, this signal is shifted by t minus 2. You might be having somewhere here. I will tell that it is -1, I have here, I have 0, I have 1, and so on, which is extending towards left side. Is it fine? So now, okay, what is your overlapping region? Your overlapping region is before -1 I don't have any samples. If you try to multiply, it will obviously 0. So anything which you multiply holds good or counts from -1. And where does it stop? At t minus 2. Why? Because after t minus 2, for this signal I will not be having any samples. Okay, for this signal before -1, and for this signal after t minus 2 I don't have anything. What is the overlapping region? So overlapping region is this complete. So this is your overlapping region. The signals get multiplied between these. Okay, so what is your integration now? Okay, so y of t is integration tau equal to from -1, right, from -1 to this one. -1 it starts and where it is ending, t minus 2. Tau equal to -1 to t minus 2, right? And what is, both the amplitudes are 1, so it is 1 d tau. So integration of d tau is tau, limits -1 to t minus 2. So upper limit minus lower limit, okay, which is t minus 2 plus 1, which is equal to t minus 1. This is your answer. So you have two conditions here, y of t for t minus 2 less than -1 and t minus 2 greater than or equal to 1. This is how you have to solve the examples for convolution integral.